Over the last several months, probably over the last couple of years, a lot of people have asked me about my daily rituals and practices as far as meditation or spiritual practice is concerned. What is my favorite meditation, etc., etc. So, just to give you a brief glimpse, my daily routine is somewhat as follows. If I go to bed at 8 p.m., then I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I have 8 hours of really good sleep. If I go to bed at 9, then I wake up at 5. If I go to bed at 10, then I wake up at 6. Irrespective of what time I wake up, shortly after I wake up and, wash my face and go through my ablutions and so forth, I start my spiritual practice, which includes many kinds of meditation, inquiry, self inquiry on basic questions of existence and the nature of awareness, and of course, uh, whatever I'm planning in the future in terms of going deeper into the nature of fundamental reality. So, first part of my meditation is self inquiry and introspection. The second part of my meditation is going through um, vipassana or mindful awareness, first of the five senses: sound, touch, sight, taste, and smell. Then again, mindful awareness of vipassana of the physical body, including the musculoskeletal system, but also of the visceral organs of the body: heart, lungs, and abdomen mostly. So, visceral awareness and body awareness and interoceptive awareness. And that's the second part. And the third part is a journey into mental space, awareness of what's happening in the mental body or the subtle body in terms of the five tanmatras and also in terms of images and emotions. So basically, awareness of mental space, chitakash. And then I move to awareness of relationship with humans, with friends, family, social interactions, just witnessing awareness, nothing more. And then awareness of the ecosystem, awareness of relationship with the universe and cosmic mind. So after going through that, I go into mantra meditation, and mantra meditation allows me to experience transcendence. And the mantra meditation is based on the primordial sound, based on Vedic astrology. And then I actually practice a little bit of what is called the direct method, where I disengage from the experiences, both mental and physical, and actually become aware of that which is having the experience. So, sitting in awareness of awareness, self awareness. And then finally, I introduce some intentions, sankalpa, and I use the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, the Vibhutis, to extend my range of experience into non local realities, future, past, extrasensory perception, so on. And that's my routine in the morning. And then at night, before I sleep, I do yoga nidra. And actually, also through intention and expansion of awareness, I use awareness or consciousness to journey into different lokas or locations, but they're not locations space-time, they're frequency domains of consciousness. And as a result of all this, I've now come to believe that everything that we experience is a frequency domain of consciousness, that we are here on planet Earth um, for certain reasons, but planet Earth itself is a loka, karma bhumi, a certain frequency domain of consciousness. And like that, there are many lokas. They're all dreamscapes for the persona that we have taken on as a result of whatever karma we have at this moment. And finally, I also explore in my nightly meditation my journey ahead after death, and looking at the different lokas, all as realms in consciousness. Now, you may ask, is all this real? Is the world we perceive real? And the answer is, it's real if you think it's real. Is your body real? Is your mind real? Yes, if you think it is. But in a way, it's a process. And it's one of infinite processes that are happening in infinite being. You might say in the infinite being of cosmic consciousness. And that's our home. That's the only absolute fundamental reality. And that which we call a person is a momentary dream in cosmic consciousness. And when we go to the source of all that dreaming, then you experience you and yourself as not in space time. You feel spontaneous love, joy, equanimity, empathy, compassion. And then you realize that even birth and death are constructs from limited awareness. In the infinite domain, they're just the on-off of experience. And so that's my reality these days. I travel the world, I give talks, I talk about my book, because, and I engage in a lot of efforts to reach 1 billion people for a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world. But a part of me is totally detached from that process too, although I think if there is anything to do in this world, it would be that love in action. Love without action doesn't mean anything, and action without love is irrelevant. When there is love and action, then everybody supports you. Shared vision, complementing each other's strengths, noticing each other's uniqueness, maximum diversity of thought, opinion, vision, and imagination, and spiritual bonding and emotional bonding. If we all did that, we could reach a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world. I think that's a worthy thing to strive for. And we must also always try to reach beyond what we think we can reach. Dream beyond our reach. Otherwise, it's not a worthy dream. And then trust the infinite unknown to organize the fulfillment of that dream. So that's a short summary of where I am in my life at the moment. This is, the final innings. And it's a beautiful time because there's no anxiety, there's no fear, and there is peace and equanimity. Thank you for asking me this question. And I finally thought, let me share where I am on my journey with you. And why am I doing it? I don't know. I think it's something that might inspire you to take your own journey for self-realization. Thank you, my friends. And as usual, I'm grateful that we are on this journey together.